Good morning, ladies, business partners of IntelliTravel and or Planet Marketing, and those who may be on the cuff of being a business partner with me as well. I wanted to do a recording titled "The Why of the Reason Why I Do This Business," and so maybe it will tap into the reason why you chose to do this business as well. The reason why I chose to do this business is really deeper than just travel. Even though, of course, we know travel is fun, travel is liberating, travel just equals freedom to me. I barely traveled in my 20s and 30s and everything like that, and I'm just 20 years later after I graduated from high school, I'm like, I gotta do something with my life. Like, seriously, I can't just go to work, come home constantly. I gotta do more. So when I looked at this business, when I was looking for something that caused me to stumble upon this business, I was looking on Craigslist. I was at a time in my life where it's just like, okay, I need to do something else. Okay, I did 5 years of school, got $108,000 worth of student loans that I need to pay off. I have a son at the same time that they seem to get more expensive when they get older. And I need to occupy my time with something more than just work, home. So I went on Craigslist, stumbled upon Sean's Craigslist page, and I was like, this is interesting. They didn't even call me to follow up. I called them to follow up because I thought it was so wonderful that you can make commissions on travel. I was just like, wow. So I looked at this, especially when I finally went to a meeting. When I went to a meeting, I was sold. I didn't understand how so many people were just, making this much money through travel. So I was amazed. But the real deep reason why I joined this business is because I wanted my freedom. Even though I love early childhood education, I've been in early childhood education since 2003. I eventually want my own child care center where I put things in place the way it needs to be and someone else runs it. But most of all, especially being 20 years after high school, I am tired. I am literally tired of living payday to payday. Like, for instance, yesterday I was so exhausted because school was coming back in, a lot of paperwork and a lot of people pulling me at work and everything, and I'm like, I just want to just take off today, and I can't do it because I have to, of course, put into it. You only have so much time per year, and I'm like, I'm literally to a point where I am just exhausted and just want to just travel the world, see other things, get a new environment, stop living payday to payday. And I really realized in 20 years, stuff really got expensive. Like, why is apartments $1,200 for a 2-bedroom? It was not like that 10 years ago. And the reason why I finally was looking, because my son is with his father right now, finishing out high school, and I was looking to downgrade, and I'm like, are you serious? So my biggest why is that I'm literally tired of living paycheck to paycheck. I have to do something now because doing this 20 more years is just going to exhaust me, especially not having the flexibility and the time to do what I want to do and just to fulfill the passions in my life. I mean, there has to be more to life than just go to work, come home, go to work, come home. I mean, oh my goodness. I don't know if anybody feels the way I feel, but I just looked at this business, especially the Matrix part, as a way to retire early. That's how I looked at it. People look at it like, oh, this is a extra $60 or $40 bill and all this kind of stuff. But at the same time, I can't work like this for 20 more years. I don't know if anybody's seen my video 40-40-40. You work 40 years of your life, 40 hours a week for 40 years of your life, only to get 40% of what you made working. And so I'm just like, I can't let that be me. I literally can't let that be me. I have to do more than just work every day. I mean, we have this life that is given to us by God, and we have to devote it to somebody else for 40 years of our life. And then I see people in my life that are older, they still have to work paycheck to paycheck, and they are just tired but have no choice but to keep going. Literally no choice but to keep going. When does it stop? I don't want to be one of those people like, oh, I'm 65, 70 years old, now I can travel. I'm about dang near old now. At 70 years old. I want to live now. And that has been like my ultimate goal now, is to live life now. You know, I know we're trying to survive, make it from day to day. We might have children and all that kind of stuff, and I get it. But at the same time, it's like, something gotta change. I can't keep doing this, you know. But anyway, that's my why. So my question is to you, what is your why? Why did you choose to do this business? What can this business actually set you free from, or help you to do more of, that you are passionate about yourself? What is it? So just ask yourself that question. And if you feel stuck and you ever get to a point where it's just like, I don't know if this is going to work for me, go back to your why. Go back to your why. Think about your why. You think about your passion. Think about, how could I get this business, which is a cool business, to intertwine with the reason and the passion and my life purpose. You know, so I just want to talk about that. If you are not in the business yet and you listen to this, just ask, what is your passion? What is your life purpose? What is your reason for looking at this business? Because there are people in this business that are retiring early. They have like children, husband, replacing their husband's income. It's like, wow, if they could do that, I could do this. You know, I just need at least 9 people in the world, and then help those 9 people. And speaking of help, if you feel stuck, please call me. Please call me. Plug in. That is the number one way to stay motivated in this business, is to plug into the trainings, to the calls, You might not be able to get on every call or get to every meeting, but get to as many meetings and as many calls as you possibly can, because it will motivate you. When you hear the testimonies of people, it will motivate you. So when you get stuck, call me. And if you can't get to me, plug in. Go to your app, find the training, plug in, listen to people's testimonies. You can go on to Inspiring Travel Sneak Peek page, listen to the testimonies. This business seriously works, but you have to work it to set yourself free. And that's why I'm doing this business. The bottom line of the reason I'm doing this business is to set myself free, just to do whatever I want to do. So, enough said. I'm at the gym now. Thank you for listening.